Hello, good afternoon. It's Thursday, the 25th of August, 2022. Welcome to our special coverage of the President's regional tours. If you've been watching this channel, we've been bringing you live updates on President Akufo-Addo's working tour to the Upper West and Savannah regions. That coverage began on Sunday, and today the President is expected to wrap up his tour of the Savannah region with two big assignments, which includes the inspection of Agenda 111 and Regional Health Directorate projects, as well as the inspection of the Fofoso-Bonjai roads. That is at the Kusogu, and the Agenda 111 inspection will take place in Daboya. As I speak to you now, President Akufo-Addo is already in Daboya, and he's been meeting with the chiefs and people there. Shortly, he will arrive at the inspection site for that first assignment, and we are bringing you live updates with our reporters on the ground to bring you the live feed wherever the President goes. This is a special production by the Ministry of Information, live from Accra. My name is Akufo-Addo. We're live on a number of TV stations, which include GTV, Adom TV, City TV, Metro TV, Wuntumi TV, Netu TV, Wezo TV, Asasi Radio, and you're watching us on Facebook on the Ministry of Information Facebook page. Right now, though, let's take you live to these two sites where the President is expected to arrive for the inspection of the Agenda 111 and Regional Health Directorate projects, as well as the inspection of the Fofoso-Bonjai Road. Our man, Wilberforce Asari and Akwesinsia joins us from these two locations right now, and for us to interact with them. Guys, good to see you once again. Let me begin with you, Wilberforce. So how is the managers there preparing for the President's arrival?
Set here at the Daboya site of the Agenda 111 project. I quickly want to tell you a little bit about Daboya. Daboya is in the North Gonja district in the Savannah region, and it's a very growing district, I'm told, and a lot of things are happening here in the Daboya district, I should say. And so interacting with a few people here, I get to know that this Agenda 111 project is of major concern to them, because indeed they were one of the several districts in our country who were identified as not having health facilities. And so this particular project, which is taking place here, is of great importance to them. That's what I can tell you briefly about the Daboya. Again, I can tell you that all is set for the President to be received here. And so in our background, you see that there are officials who have got there who are all anticipating the arrival of the President. He's currently interacting with the chief of the area, and after with his entourage to inspect the project, told is about 15% complete. Kweku.
Wilberforce Asari, stay there because we will return to you shortly. Because you are in Kusogu, where President Akufo-Addo will be inspecting the Fofoso-Bonjai road. What is the mood ahead of the President's visit?
Kogu, let me also welcome you to Yape Kusogu in the Savannah region. This is Honorable John Abdullah Jinapo, NDC MP for this constituency. This is his constituency, and this is where President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, President of the Republic of Ghana, is expected to inspect progress of work on the construction of a 71-kilometer road of Binjai to Fofoso. Koku, and I'm told that after completion of this project, is going to create an easy access from those traveling from Salaga to Damongo, which used to be 4.5 hours. It's now going to get to about 2.5 hours after its completion. Contractors on site are also telling me that they are also creating other easy access to even make it more than 71 kilometers. This road we are talking about actually is a virgin land, a seemingly forest that President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, under his able leadership of his road and highways minister, Honorable Kwesi Awako-Atta, took it upon themselves to make it an easy access for those traveling from on this long stretch of road from Salaga to Damango. This is actually going to also link the eastern part of the Savannah region to the western part of the region. All actually Kwaku is set now for the arrival of the President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. As you can see behind me, construction of works also is currently ongoing on Kwaku.
And that is one of the most anticipating activity for the president today, even as he wraps up his tour of the Savannah region. We'll get back to you once the president arrives at Kusogu. But right now, though, let's go back to Wilberforce Asari, who is at the inspection site for the Agenda 111 and Regional Health Directorate projects. President Akufo-Addo, in some few minutes, will be arriving at this location to inspect work going on there. That is at Daboya, and Wilberforce is back with us. So Wilberforce, take us through what is going to happen when the president arrives.
All right, Kiku. So when President Akufo-Addo arrives here, behind me, you can see that there is a board that has been erected. The board has all the details as far as the project is concerned. It has the fact that it's a government of Ghana priority health infrastructure project, Agenda 111 for the Daboya district, and also has some images in terms of pictures of the state of the work as we speak. What has been done over the period since they began. We are told that this project began about 8 months ago. I have been joined by two persons who have been with me throughout this trip as far as Agenda 111 projects are concerned. Dr. Isiasare is government, or he's the presidential advisor on health, and also George Rekubrobe is the Zone 5 project consultant for Agenda 111 projects. Zone 5 because there are different zones, and George is responsible for the 5th zone out of the list of 8. Let me start with Dr. Isiasare and to ask him quickly. He's been here for well over an hour, and I quickly want to ask him, having been here 1 hour before the arrival of the president, what are the details you have gathered about the Daboya Agenda 111 project?
Thank you very much. The details that Daboya is one of the 2 district hospitals in the Savannah region, and in addition we have the regional hospital which will be in Damango, which is yet to start. But the problem is that what I've seen here, seen a lot of, there are 2 contractors here, seen a lot of materials on site. They've done, one of the contractors have done most of the platforms, and the other contractor is also filled the platforms. So far I think I'm a bit impressed because of the other conditions like rains and all sort of things. So far I think Daboya is not doing badly, but we are encouraging with the presence of the president for the contractors to do their best and make sure that the project is hastening and they will finish as quickly as possible.
Okay, so I'm going to continue the conversation with the consultant and also Dr. Isiasare. But as we speak now, President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, has just arrived here, and he is getting out of his travel vehicle. This particular project is going to be here in the district, the North Gunja district, but the regional hospital, which is yet to start, will be in Damango, which is the capital of the Savannah region. And so if you just tuning in, this is a live coverage of President Akufo-Addo's tour of the Savannah region, and President Akufo-Addo is currently here, and in your shot you can see that President Akufo-Addo is in the company of his officials. He's been briefed by the project consultants and also by the contractors of the project, and so President Akufo-Addo is walking towards the structures that have been put up here and is receiving a direct briefing on the state of affairs as far as the project is concerned. We are told that this particular facility is a 60-bed hospital, and when it is completed it will have several options here. So there's going to be the maternity ward, there's also going to be the accident and emergency units, there's going to be the outpatients department, there's going to be a mortuary, there's going to be residential facilities for the hospital workers who will be working here, and the hospital supervisors will all be living on this 17-acre land which has been graciously given by the chief of Daboya, for purposes of constructing this particular Agenda 111 project. And so President Akufo-Addo is here and is being given a briefing on the state of affairs as far as the Daboya Agenda 111 project is concerned. After the briefing, it is possible that President Akufo-Addo will take a closer look at the state of the project. We are told that the project now is about 15% complete, and there are two contractors who are working on this particular project. Two Ghanaian contractors who have been awarded this contract. So there is the AA Karimu and Sons Limited. This is project consultant 1, project contractor 1, I should say, and project contractor 2 is the Bong Limited. And these two contractors, AA Karimu and Sons Limited and Bank Limited, are the two contractors who are working on this project. The project consultant, that is the consultant for Zone 5 of the Agenda 111 project, is Abic Engineering Limited. Abic Engineering Limited, and the project managers, the overall project managers, are the Hospital Infrastructure Group Limited, HIG. So HIG are the project managers. In fact, they are the project managers all of the Agenda 111 projects happening across the country, and they are the project managers who are responsible for ensuring that all the Agenda 111 projects across the country are constructed within the timelines that they have been given, and also making sure that once they are completed, they can be commissioned for use for the people who live here in Daboya and other parts of the country who are all benefiting from the Agenda 111 project. And so as I speak with you now, there is a detailed briefing going on. I can see that the President of the Republic is asking a few questions. The state of affairs here, and to put his voice as part of the voices that are calling for all local contractors who are executing this Agenda 111 projects to do same. So you can see that President Akufo-Addo is just walking off the briefing and is having a chat with one of the contractors. And so yes, this is a live coverage of President Akufo-Addo's tour the Savannah region. Today his first stop is in Daboya in the North Gonja district here in the Savannah region, and received a briefing on the Agenda 111 project, which is taking place here in the Savannah region. Akufo-Addo appears to be walking around and to see for himself specifically the things. He's waving at the workers who are here gathered, interacting with the workers and all that. And so yes, President Akufo-Addo appears to have a smile that perhaps tells me that he's received a good briefing about the state of affairs of the Daboya project, and the persons here all want to catch a glimpse of the president. They all want to see the president. I can see that President Akufo-Addo is being taken to the construction site proper. So he's climbed up onto the one of the construction sites where the substructure has been completed and pillars have even been raised. So he's currently on the substructure itself, for himself firsthand what is happening as far as the project is concerned. So yes, this is the president visiting the Daboya district in the North Gonja district of the Savannah region. I've been joined again by the project consultant for Zone 5, George Rekubrobe. So George, tell us quickly what went on while the president got here. What briefing has he been given?
The president was not exactly thrilled with the current progress of works, but we explained to him that the contractor has a lot of materials in sight, and it's likely that from this substructure level he's likely going to move a lot faster. You know, he has a lot of platforms already mounted, about 7 out of the 28. And looking at the times that we had, it looks hopeful.
Okay, so quickly tell us the project now, as we speak, what is the level of work that has been done?
Well, like I explained, there's about 2 contractors. There are 2 contractors who are executing the above works. The first contractor has done a lot more work. About 8 or 7 of the platforms have been done. The other contractor has a lot of the platforms with hardcore filling, ground beams done. So it's quite encouraging. Just that because of teething problems of electricity and procurement of materials, there's been some kind of a delay. But we're hoping that with the procurement of materials, as you can see that we have on site, the contractor would be a lot more diligent and work harder in the coming months.
We do know that this is a job creation avenue when you are constructing such facilities. Do we have an idea of how many young people have been employed working on this site?
In fact, before we began this construction, the DCEs and the MPs appealed to the contractors to employ a lot of the locals. So I think there's a 10% room for them where they employ a lot of the locals that help in the construction.
Do we have figures? Do we have figures? Let's say you have about 100 people working here or 200. Is there any rough figure you can give us?
Oh, it's roughly about 50 people working here
who are directly employed. Okay, so you told us that President Akufo-Addo is not necessarily enthroned with the progress of work, but there's assurance because, of course, we can see that there are a lot of materials here which are going to be used. But what are the timelines? We know that this project is already about 8 months into its commencement. Are you going to review the timelines? Are you going to stick to the timelines? What kind of pressure are you going to give to these local contractors to do their work?
If you remember from our initial interview, the special advisor on health said something about meeting with the consultants. We've also had meetings with the contractors and outlined the project deliverables as far as this project is concerned. And they are quite clear with regards to what they need to do. And we've also issued out warning letters so that if by the time that in 2 or 3 months' time we don't see significant progress in terms of the volume of work, in terms of the length of time that they're working, we'll have to recommend termination letters. But having said all of that, we think that there's hope, and the contractors are beginning to speed up progress. And like I said, a lot of emphasis is on the substructure works. Once that is done, the coming works would be a lot quicker.
All right, Kweku, so I've been interacting with George Rekubrobe. He's the project consultant for Zone 5 of all the Agenda 111 projects that are taking place across the country. There are 8 zones for all the 111 hospitals, and he is the consultant responsible for all of Zone 5. Zone 5 essentially comprises the hospitals that are being built in the Savanna region and the Upper East region and perhaps other places. But this is the one we've been interacting with. But we can tell you that President Akufo-Addo has come to see with his own eyes the progress of work here at the Daboya site of Agenda 111. And even though he is not thrilled by the progress of work, he's been assured that with the level of materials that the contractors have purchased on site, we can see a lot of gravels, we can see a lot of sand, we can see a lot of iron rods and all that. There has the assurance that come the next visit, this project would have advanced beyond what it is now, probably beyond roofing level, so that they'll be thinking about electricals and also stocking the facility with the equipment that are needed. So Kweku, we will come back to you now as we bring the coverage here at the Daboya site of Agenda 111 to an end. My colleague Akwesi Insia will pick up the presentation from the other side of town, where President Akufo-Addo is headed to inspect a road construction that is currently ongoing. Kweku.
All right, thank you very much, Wilberforce Asari, live from Daboya, where President Akufo-Addo has just finished inspecting work on the Agenda 111 as well as the Regional Health Directorate project. So the President is on his way to Kosogo, where he will be inspecting the Fofosu-Bandai Road, Don't forget, we have our men there stationed waiting for the president to arrive, and we'll bring you a live coverage of that as part of his tour of the Savannah region. Don't forget that tour is ending today, and so we'll bring you a concluding part of the president's tour today in the Savannah region. Stay with us on this channel. This is a production by the Ministry of Information, live from Accra, and we are with the president wherever he is on this particular tour. We'll be back with more. Do stay with us.